Okay, moving on, I will now review all the processes that you need to understand. I think you're going to find that this is very straightforward and user-friendly, but feel free to put questions in the chat and we'll address those at the end. So when you log into your account and you click to submit an application, you're going to find this page that explains the various programs that we provide certification for. Please note that these screenshots are from the ODOT portal, and so they may differ slightly for RTA with logos and branding and the agency name, but they're generally going to be the same. Since this website is focused on currently certified firms, I'll be going through those processes. So you'll see highlighted in green, your first step is going to be to click on that your firm is currently certified by the Ohio Department of Transportation, and that will lead you to all the options that are available. Today, to start with, we're going to cover declaration of eligibility, and then we'll cover reporting changes to your certification record. The second option here, we're not going to cover today. It says it's approaching or it's been 3 years since you were certified. This is for certification reviews, and if you are notified to have a certification review, it is that point that you'll use that link, and it's a simple form. And we're happy to answer questions when that time comes. So first, the declaration of eligibility. As I said, I'm going to be calling this a DOE. This is the new terminology for the annual no change declaration that a firm must submit every year. Back to the page that I was initially showing, you'll click that you'd like to submit an annual declaration of eligibility. And once you choose that, you'll come to a screen where it shows your information. And if you'd like, you can actually autofill your information using a prior application. And this is going to save you time repeating the basic information within your profile. So it's highly recommended. At the bottom of that same page, there's going to be a section that says eligibility requirements. And this is to help ensure that you're on the correct application. So for example, if you check no on the second question that you're not within 30 days of your annual review period and you click continue, it's going to say that you're ineligible to submit your DOE at this time because you are not within your review period. If you click yes, it will move on to the next screen. The next screen explains what documents are going to be required for your submission so that you can be prepared. It also explains how this process is going to work. My next page will zoom in. I know it's probably a little hard to see, so we're going to look at the middle of the screen and the bottom separately. In the middle of the screen, you must check the box in order to continue. This is ensuring that you know that once you start, you will have ongoing access to your form until it's submitted. However, if you don't submit within a certain period of time, the submission will be automatically deleted. So essentially, you're able to start the process and come back at any time until you're ready to fully submit. If you cannot submit within the time frame, you can actually extend for a couple weeks. I would recommend, if you need to do that, you get in contact with us as well so that we know it's coming. But we are not able to see your submission until you fully submit, but we can see that it is started and in process. The bottom of the page explains the documents that are needed. For the declaration of eligibility, there are 2 mandatory documents. You must submit your signed DOE form for every owner in which certification is relied upon, and you can download it from this main page if you'd like. This can help you prepare if you have multiple owners prior to submission. You must also submit proof of gross receipts calculated on a cash basis. And so essentially, the process is still the same. We're just doing this in a different system, and I believe you're going to find it a lot more straightforward. Once you've clicked continue, you'll see this standard page with arrows to show you the next steps. Under sections and documentation, you can do either of those steps first, but you cannot sign and submit until the 2 options are both complete. We'll start with section 1. It's just general information. Everything is optional. And by clicking autofill, you just need to double check and make sure all this information is correct. And then you'll click Save and Return Summary. And during the live demo, I'm going to go through an annual declaration of eligibility so you can see it live as well. So once you've saved, you'll see you now have a green checkbox and you're ready to move on. The document list is where you'll upload the DOEs and the gross receipts information by clicking Attach. And when you click Attach, you can either drag and drop, or you can click to choose the files and then click Upload Files. So it's pretty simple and straightforward. You can see in my sample here where my mouse is pointing, hopefully you can see that. Underneath Signed Declaration of Eligibility, you can see where you uploaded, and you can view that file, download it, or if you accidentally uploaded the wrong item, then you can delete that. So no more second guessing if your file uploaded correctly, it's all in this one place. At the bottom, there is a place to upload supplemental documents if needed. And this may happen where you need to provide past year information that was not submitted previously. Perhaps you had submitted a tax extension when we were accepting those, and so you need to provide 2 years. You can upload that under the supplemental documents. If you have nothing, you do have to click Mark as not applicable and lock it in before it will let you submit. Once you click lock in, you'll see a banner at the top of the page so you know you're almost done with your submission. You can either return to the home page or you can click the link in the banner to take you to sign the application. Once you get to the page to sign, you'll type in your name and title and check the box to sign. And your last step is to check the box that states, by submitting the certification form, I acknowledge individually and on behalf of the certified business the policy, rules, and requirements of the program, and then click Submit DOE. You'll get a pop-up that you see at the bottom of the screen letting you know that you still have access once you submit, but you won't be able to edit it. Your final page will be the confirmation that you have submitted and another opportunity to print the information if you need to. At this point, you can still access anything you submitted. I'll try and show this in the live demo as well, but essentially from the ribbon at the top, you can see you can click Documents to see what you've uploaded and then download those if needed. Returning to the home page, you can see the status of all your application. The term application, it does include declaration of eligibility, NAICS code requests, notice of change, or any other forms that you've submitted. So don't be thrown off by the terminology applications. It is all under there. In this case, you would click on pending receipt in order to see the status. For example, here I clicked on pending receipt, and then on the DOE that was submitted, you'll see under receipt and processing that the application is listed as pending. Once we get it on our end, we'll validate the documents and mark as received. You may have to still send in information that we request. If we send you a request for information, it will all come through the system. If we have questions, you'll find that correspondence from us at the top again on the ribbon under Q&A, and you'll be notified within your profile.